All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Right on the money, time wise. Never late. Well, I don't say never, but pretty, you could pretty much hang your hat on it, right? Yeah. What's going on, guys? Hop in there, pop in the chat. How are you doing today? Thursday, July the 3rd. Good morning. What is happening? What's going on for the 4th of July weekend festivities? Looks like the weather going to be half okay, I guess. The weather gods are being nice. Aaron Callie, good to see you on Instagram. Well, look at that. Wendy Leet is here. How you doing? Hey, what are you doing later? Good morning, Danielle. How are you? Get a room, he said. Shoot. Yeah, good morning, Aaron. How we doing today? Checking in. Josh Baker is in the house. Look out. Man on a mission. Yeah. We'll see if we can get the Matts involved. There's one right there. Just as I said it, Matt Blood coming in hot. Maybe Matt Moore will follow. Two of the best tile guys I know. Matt Moore is also a builder. And Matt Blood is only guy I know that can tile all day and not get anything on him. It's crazy. I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah. There's Kevin Lee. Kevin, I got to apologize early for you because tomorrow I'm going to do this at 5 a.m. Eastern because we've got some plans. And, I don't mind you getting up at 2 a.m. Show that commitment, Kevin. He's on the West Coast. He's like, God damn, I don't mind the 5 a.m. thing, but 2, not so much. Yeah. All right. Rachel Berlin is here. Good to see you. 9.5. It's kind of a Thursday. It's kind of a Friday, isn't it? Yeah. It's our Friday this week. We are going to take a much needed break tomorrow. I might work a little. Yeah. Solid 10 today, Matt. Yeah. Creating art with stone today. Yeah. Perfect. And had a funny moment with Josh Baker yesterday about with regard, and I'm not going to share it because it's going to be our private joke. But I will say this: how could you not be a 10? Right? You're on the right side of the grass. Whoa! I think we got our first 10 ever from Dave Howard today. Yeah, exactly. And I saw that after I said that. How could you not be a 10? On the right side of the grass. I mean, hey, shit's fixable, guys. Right? We can fix that shit. Kevin says, "LOL, I'll be on vacation." Yeah. Yeah, the tile setters. Yeah, we got a good, if a tile competition ever broke out here on the page, we would be well equipped, wouldn't we? And I'd just be telling everybody which way to go. Hey, Matt, go over there, do that, do that. Yeah, for sure. Danielle got her daily workout done. Good for you. Richard Nordheim checking in. By God, look at that. From Oslo, Norway, in the house. We're at the Olympic ski jump. No kidding. Wow. Point him downhill, buddy. Yeah. Wendy says there's always room for improvement. Leave a little room for great things to happen. Yeah. Jason says, my father used to say, you got a break when you got the job. Yeah. Right. Yeah. My father used to say a lot of things, most of which I'm not going to repeat here on the live, but it had a lot to do with when he caught you standing around. Yeah, good job. Rowley Roofing, good to see you. Guys, what do you have planned for the 4th? Anything good? Hopefully it being safe. If you get out on the water or on a motorcycle or something like that, please be safe. People aren't looking. Everybody's excited to get where they're going. Wendy went to the grocery store a couple days ago, and it was already full on, chaos. So just be respectful. You'll get there. Get there safely and do your thing. I would encourage you to rest, recharge, charge those batteries a little bit here this weekend, because we're kind of getting fired up to go toward the second half of the year. We're in it, right? Yeah. Roof in the garage today. Yeah. Working from 6 a.m. I bet the neighbors love you. Yeah. Good morning, Peter Christensen, coming in with some wins this week. Guys, and I know Peter doesn't mind me sharing, when you're in the thick of it, right? You're just grinding. You just keep grinding. Peter texted me yesterday and said, hey, I got 3 wins, coach. And I'm like, this is awesome. is, man, we've had some calls, haven't we, brother? Where we just gotta stay in the game, right? You just keep showing up, and you get to that point where most people quit. They don't quit. Just don't quit. Yeah. Good morning, Josh. Good to see you. Yeah. So anyway, today, fittingly enough, is the final day of our series on resilience. Okay. And I'll tell you what we're going to do after that when I wrap that up. So I want to talk about becoming unshakable and taking on, like, looking at resilience, not just as something, yeah, you learned a little of something from Bob over 10 days, but taking it on as your identity. Hang on, let me make my notes bigger so I can see some shit here. Yeah. Yeah, making it your identity. Big rock blasting. Yeah. Wendy, what's that station you listen to on Yacht Rock on something? Gee, what's that Yacht Rock on? It's crazy around here. Yeah. So resilience isn't just something you tap into, guys. It's who you become. I said this in the title, right? Today, it's about locking in the mindset behaviors. Okay. And the identity of someone who doesn't just survive adversity. Well, we've been through adversity. Yeah, you've been through a lot, but you thrive in it. This is where resilience stops being a tactic. It becomes your edge. See what I did there? See what I did there? If you haven't heard yet, I wrote a book. Shit. Marketing 101 here. Matt Blood says, set and tile tomorrow, eye on the prize, vacation at the end of the month. Look at that. Yeah. He's holed up somewhere at an unknown location. Tiling 7 days a week and going at it 14 hours a day. Proud of you, buddy. You're doing what it takes to get where you want to go. So, yeah, well-deserved, of course. Yes. So, guys, I would hazard a guess that you're not the same person who started listening to me rant about resilience 9 to 10 days ago. You've uncovered tools, reflected deeply, and faced your own fire in the last 9 days. And the biggest shift is not what you've learned, is what you've claimed. Okay? You started becoming the kind of person who doesn't fold under pressure. Yeah, let's go, Matt Blood. The goal is not to never feel pain. The goal is to never lose power inside it and be pushing through. Like, hey, if I said, hey, next year's going to be great. Yeah, but do you think you'll have some shitty days? Do you think you'll have some tough days where things are going to suck? Yeah, that's where we want to be resilient. Okay. Resilient people don't wait around and wait to feel strong. They just simply decide that they are. They move forward when it's messy. They lead while they're still healing. They're reaching out to help someone else when they need help the most. They act before they feel ready. They let adversity refine them, not define them. Okay, so this is about identity and becoming the kind of person who says, I've been through worse. I came out better. Yeah, there's no quitter in this. Yeah, let's go. Oops, a group. There's no quitter in this group. Yeah, good. Thanks, Dave. Correction. Yeah, no quitters here. There's no crying in baseball. So let's talk about that new identity statement, right? Resilient people live from a core standard, right? Have the standard back there. They don't let their circumstances define them. Yeah, we went through this, we went through that, and that shaped who we are today. Bullshit. Step into this. I'm the kind of person who does hard things, responds with clarity, and gets stronger under pressure. I'm going to read that again. I'm the kind of person who does hard things, responds with clarity, and gets stronger under pressure. So adopt that as a personal standard. Not for when things are good. It's easy to be an all-star when things are great, right? But for when things get real. Okay, and I always say, here's the truth, guys. Here's that moment. Here's the truth. Life isn't going to stop testing you, right? Life's going to keep on coming, right? You ever hear somebody, man, I just can't catch a break, or I need a win, right? Yeah. Business won't stop being unpredictable. Up, down. I was talking to my dad yesterday, and we were talking about when we first started, and he said, we did pretty well, and but the economy was good, and I reminded him, we actually 3 years into business headed straight into 2008, 2009, so I mean, and he's like, yeah, you make a good point. And we got through that. I threw the tool belt back on, kind of took a step back, circled the wagons, and made it through, and came out stronger because of it. You know, people aren't going to stop misunderstanding, judging, or disappointing you. That's just the way it is. People say some screwed up shit to you, right? But when resilience becomes part of your identity, none of that stuff shakes you. Just kind of shake it off, right? Yeah. None of that stuff shakes you. We've been through it. Like I said, 08, 09, we had 5 1099 carpenter guys working for us in the field. Had to let go of all of them, and I went back into the field with one guy, and we just put our heads down and went at it and keep stacking up work. And I honestly don't remember a time during that time where we didn't have work, because we did what we needed to do to get where we wanted to go. Okay. And it doesn't, resilience doesn't have to end with a story about a big victory, but it's maybe when you think about it, think about a moment where you didn't break, where the old version of you may have quit, but the new version of you showed up with strength. As I think of Matt Blood doing his tile thing, going hard in the paint right now, doing what he's got to do to get where he wants to go. So many of you on this call are doing the same. So I'm going to ask you to complete this declaration, if you will. All right. Write it somewhere visible. If you're on a job site, grab a shingle, grab a tile box, get your Sharpie out. Okay. And there's 2 blanks in here. So I'm the kind of person who blank, even when blank. I'll give you a few examples. I'm the kind of person who leads, even when I'm unsure. I'm the kind of person who shows up, even when it's hard. I'm the kind of person who grows, even when I feel stuck. It's not just a sentence, guys. It's a standard. It's a standard. This is who I am. When I flipped the switch to go from contracting to coaching, that's what I said. This is who I am. That was me stepping into my uniqueness and exploiting it in the service of others. This is who I am now. Yeah, I did contracting for 20 years. Got a bunch of experience. Spent a bunch of money fixing mistakes. Learned a lot. This is who I am. So I'm the kind of person who, even when, yeah, good stuff. Guys, for the last 10 days, we didn't just talk about resilience, we trained it. I'm going to quickly walk through what we covered, okay? Day 1, we had what resilience really is and why it's your performance multiplier. We talked about building your adversity resume, owning your past wins. We learned about the bounce back blueprint. Guys, this stuff is on YouTube if you want to go back to it. Okay, how to respond to stress. We developed emotional agility to stay grounded under pressure. And on day 5, we reframed setbacks into setups to shift your story. Day 6, we installed those daily habits, built mental grit. I think we had a pause in there when Steve Rosenberg came and blew things up for a day or two. We let go of comfort and approval to unlock real strength on day 7. And just a few days ago, on day 8, we kind of audited your circle and chose to be around people who build belief. Yesterday, we learned how to rebuild while still in the middle of the mess, while you're going through it, while you're just in the shit. And today, we locked it all in as an identity, becoming unshakable. And that's what I want most for you guys, is to be able to walk through the storm. If you're in the mess, to understand you're in the mess, but to continue to go even when you don't know where the finish line is, okay? So if this series gave you something, a tool, a mindset, a breakthrough, don't just consume it, right? Because we can do that. We can just consume this business and personal development stuff and never do anything with it. I challenge you to live it. Resilience isn't reserved for elite performers. It's not, hey, I wish I was more like those guys. It's built by people who are willing to keep showing up when it's uncomfortable, when it's uncertain, and when it's unseen. You're that person now. Not because things are easier, right? Bob didn't just make life easier, right? But because you're stronger. In some way, over the last 10 days, you've picked up something. If you didn't, take some time and go back and go through the videos. I challenge you. I guarantee you'll pick something up. So, and this isn't the end, okay? It's not the end for you. It's the beginning and the starting line of the next chapter. Just like what I'm doing right now. New chapter. Stepping into the coaching business. Redefining myself all the time. Getting married in August. You know, just some really exciting things going on. I couldn't be happier to be doing what I'm doing right now. Has it been a lot of work? Good morning, Tim Bartolini. Has it been a lot of work? Yeah. I mean, I don't curse a lot on my page, but it's been a fuck ton of work. It has. And there's been some days where I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Is it going to pay off? Right? And we keep going. We're approaching day 190 in a row, being consistent and showing up. And being here and try to move the needle and help you guys move the needle in your personal and professional lives. I hope it's been impactful. If it has, pop a fist pump in the chat for me, as we do. And tomorrow, we're going to pivot. We're going to start a 10-day series on the power of gratitude. And if you just rolled your eyes, don't bother showing up. We're going to specifically talk about tomorrow, the gratitude gap. Okay? Now, you're probably going to be watching it on rewind because by about 5:15, we're going to be a vapor trail out of here to go do something epic. Top secret. Pay attention. Tomorrow afternoon, you'll see some videos. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. So I'll be up early. We're going to go do some fun stuff. I'll be here at 5 a.m. Eastern. So if you're up for it, set your alarm and join me. Happy Independence Day to you as well, Dave. Thank you, Kevin Lee. So yeah, I'll apologize again to you in advance for having to wake you up at 2 a.m. tomorrow out on the West Coast. But guys, you'll be watching it on the rewind, but I want you to remember something tomorrow that we go hard in the paint, right? I always say that. I kind of stole that from Wendy. And I like that because basketball is one of my favorite things. All right, Dave. Hey, I got one tomorrow. Basketball is one of my favorite things, but going hard in the paint. And Steve said something, I think it was, I don't know, I'm on so many calls. I heard this week is that like he likened life to like a basketball game in life, you know, in business life with 4 quarters, basketball game, 4 quarters typically. In that in the last 2 minutes of a basketball game, everybody takes it up a notch, right? Everybody's going hard in the paint. And so think about how you show up every day with your business and in life. Okay. And how can you turn it up a notch? And maybe you just live in that 4th quarter, last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter mentality for a bit, maybe for the next 90 days and see how that works. Okay. Guys, it's been fun. It's been awesome to be on here. Ben Sinclair joined us today on Instagram, Rowley Roofing, Estera Design Build. Guys, follow these guys that are on this thread, you know, and on Facebook thread. If you see people that you're not friends with, shoot them a request. Hey, I noticed you on Bob's Live. I noticed you on the hashtag 365. Thought we ought to connect, because if you're here, you have something in common, right? You're looking to get better at life and business. So anyway, guys, got some big stuff happening today. I'm actually jumping in the Jeep at 10. Going to drive up to Bridgeton, Maine, and Matt Moore, one of the guys you see in here a lot, and one of our one-on-one coaching clients, is he's about 2 hours from me on vacation. He's going to drive my way. I'll start walking your way. You start. He's going to drive my way. I'll drive his way, and we're going to grab lunch. So we get a chance to get within a stone's throw of one another in this community. We try to get together. So we're going to do that today, and I'll handle some business in the vehicle on the way up and back. But it's going to be a busy day. I hope you have one as well. I hope you have a great 4th of July, Independence Day. God bless America, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 a.m. Take care.